Welcome to the New Little Life podcast. My name is Allison. I'm a lactation consultant, breast pump expert, and a working mom of 3 little boys. Here at New Little Life, we focus on helping working moms choose and use breast pumps more efficiently so they can protect their milk supply after returning to work. This season, we'll be talking with members of our private coaching program, as well as other professionals to learn more about finding the confidence to balance career and new motherhood. Welcome back to the New Little Life channel. Today we get to hear another story from a wonderful mother inside of our Pumping for Working Moms program. We've been doing quite a few of these recently and I have absolutely loved them, and it's just so fun to be able to listen to another mom's story, especially someone who's a working mom trying to balance breastfeeding and pumping. And I think it provides a lot of reassurance for a lot of you who are doing that as well, some tips and guidance. So this is going to be fun today. Christiana actually lives in Switzerland. So her son is just about 10 months now. She's been with us for quite a while, and I wanted to give her a chance to share her story with you. Most of the mothers inside of our program are from the United States, largely because the maternity leave here in the United States is so terrible, but we do have spots open for those outside the US that are headed back to work and need assistance. It can be hard to find pumping support in the US, and it can be even harder outside the US, as I think Christiana will share with you a little bit. But as she's sharing her story with you today, if you're also looking for a holistic approach to pumping, kind of paired with coaching to support a peaceful work-life balance, you can apply to join our long-term coaching program with the link in the description. We'd love to chat with you. But let's dive into Christiana's story today. Welcome. I'm so glad to have you here talking with me.
Thank you very much for having me.
Evening for you, right? Over in Switzerland, it's morning for me.
Yes, it's 6 p.m.
Yeah, which is fun. I enjoy doing a virtual practice because we get to just interact with people all over. And we actually, you probably know this, but I spent 3 years living in Europe not that long ago, and Switzerland was beautiful. So anytime I see people from over in Europe, I'm like, oh, my heart, I miss it so much. Well, as we get started, can you just give us a short little introduction of yourself and your little one, what you do for work? That'd be lovely.
Okay, I'm Christiana. I am 31 years old. My son is 10 months old. His name is Nawe. And yes, we struggled a lot at the beginning with breastfeeding, pumping, everything.
Yeah, let's just start at the beginning. Tell us about what that was like when he was born. What was your experience starting from there?
At the beginning, there was only breastfeeding because I actually took a long maternity leave. Like, we only have 14 weeks. My employee gave me 6-month leave without payment, of course, like only the rest of the time.
Which is surprising. Europe I thought had longer maternity leaves, but is 14, 16 weeks, is that normal in Switzerland?
Yes.
Yeah. Ah, that's crazy.
A lot of mothers stop working because they want to stay 1 year at home or more, and then they start working again. They have to leave their workplace. I took 6 months because I thought that would be enough. Now I'm regretting it. Probably if we decide to have a second baby, probably we will take 1 year. And probably there isn't a problem for me because I have a very supportive work environment, and I work for the government. So yes, I'm a lucky one.
Yeah, but once you start having 2, then the daycare costs and time away, and oh, it's a lot. But yeah, because I think 1 or even sometimes 2 years is a common maternity leave in some of the European countries surrounding you. So I actually think we have a couple moms from Switzerland, probably for that same reason. It's just shorter over there. So tell us what breastfeeding was like in the beginning. Was that able to get going well, or did you have a rocky start?
At the beginning, it seemed to be going well. He was gaining weight normally. And then around like the 4 weeks mark, he stopped gaining weight. Yes, he kind of stopped gaining weight. And then I went to the doctor, and she told me to stop breastfeeding, to give formula, and just stop breastfeeding. That would be the best for the baby. And I didn't want to do that. And I asked for help. I think I contacted 2 different breastfeeding counselors. Actually, both of them told me to pump instead of breastfeeding,
Okay.
and that I can get when I get my milk supply up again, I can breastfeed again. But it was like they couldn't tell me. I had one consultation here in Switzerland at the hospital where Naui was born, and they told me, yes, stop breastfeeding, pump. And I actually went there so that they could tell me how to pump and they could check everything. And they just told me, yeah, you're doing everything right. But I was pumping and I was only getting like 30 milliliters each time.
Yeah.
And my breasts were full. Like I had hard breasts and nothing was coming and no one was able to help me. And then I contacted another breastfeeding counselor and she wasn't also not very well versed in pumping. Yes, she thought I was doing everything right. I should just power pump and do that multiple times a day and pump every 2 to 3 hours and try to have now a very near me without clothes. And I tried that, but it didn't improve. And then I followed you. Actually, I discovered you because I wanted to buy a pump and you had a review about the pump I have. That's the
Ardo, Alyssa.
yes, the Ardo Alisa, yes.
That's actually a Swiss-based pump. The company is based out of Switzerland, so that's pretty cool too.
Yes, because I had one that I didn't like. I had one from Medela, also a Swiss
Oh,
company. But I don't know. I don't like to hold, like I have big breasts and it touches my legs.
oh, okay.
If I hold it, I don't know how you call it, like this and not this.
Yeah, the bottle or the flange kit. Yeah.
Yes, and I had to hold it sideways and it dropped everything out. So I needed another pump with another system so that it doesn't drop out. That I was losing milk. I didn't have a lot of milk and I was
Yeah,
losing
no,
the milk
that's the worst.
I was
Yeah.
I was pumping.
Yeah.
So I was looking for a review for this pump. I probably La Leche Leak. They advertise this pump.
Yeah.
And so I saw your review and then I decided to buy this pump and I tried to pump alone, I think for 1 or 2 weeks. And then I joined the program.
Yeah. Because it's hard. And I remember you saying, I cannot find someone who knows about pumping, particularly in
Yes.
Switzerland. Like it's hard in the US too. I'll just tell you that. But yeah, and I remember you saying, I need help. I can't find anyone that can help me. Please help me. And you're like, okay.
Yes, everyone was telling me stop breastfeeding.
Then how do I pump? Like, if you're going to have me stop feeding at the breast, just help me pump. Or then or did they want you to be done and just move to formula or something?
Yes, they wanted me to move to formula.
What was your motivation for wanting to continue to give breast milk to your baby?
My husband says I'm stubborn.
Well, join the club of all the other women who are stubborn. Oh, funny.
I know a lot of women that got a baby at the same time as I did. And most of them stop breastfeeding because you go to the doctor, there is anything wrong, and they always tell you to start with a formula instead of solving the problems. My son had a tongue tie, and we cut his tongue when he was 4 weeks old, when he wasn't gaining weight. And then the doctor told me to give him formula, and I did that. But later, I got now back at my breast, like I could breastfeed him again. I'm breastfeeding when I'm at home. Like on the weekends, we only breastfeed.
Why did you stick with breast milk?
Yes, and they told me to switch to formula, and they tell that to everyone. And I think that's wrong. Like you need to solve the problems and get help and give help, and not just start with formula and then everything is okay.
Yeah.
Because everyone gives up, and I didn't want to give up. I didn't want to be one of the mothers that give up as well. Like a work colleague of mine, she had a baby on the same day, and she on her first baby, she stopped breastfeeding after 6 weeks because she had to introduce a formula, and after 6 weeks she didn't have any milk. And she was very sad. And with her second baby, like she had now her second baby, and the baby wasn't latching on, and she started pumping, and she decided to pump exclusively because she didn't want to lose the breast milk again.
Yeah.
And that was her only solution to not stop breastfeeding.
Yeah.
She
Is it just
preferred that instead of trying to breastfeed because there wasn't a support system. And that's really sad.
is it just that there's not enough help from people who know how to fix these problems? Or is there not, do they not really see the importance of breast milk? So just give formula is the answer? What do you think?
Yes, I think they see formula like as the solution for breastfeeding problems. They
Mm,
don't want to spend time with someone, and like the consultations, we get 3 from the health insurance.
mhm.
We have like a government system,
Yeah.
that we have a health insurance that everyone has to have the same.
Mm,
We are obliged to have one and health insurance, and they pay 3 consultations,
mhm.
60 minutes for your whole period of breastfeeding.
Wow, that's not very many. And it sounds like they're not even really helpful in the way that you need them to help troubleshoot breastfeeding.
Yes, so it's kind of difficult breastfeeding. We went to Brazil. Like I entered the program, and
Mhm.
I couldn't improve, even with improving the way how I was pumping, and it helped me a lot. I learned a lot. I think I did the program in 2 days, the whole program.
Wow, that's impressive. Went through all the curriculum and tried all the things. I remember working with you a lot in the beginning. You just were like, what about this and this and this? I'm like, wow, she's going so fast. I love it. Yeah.
Yes, and then we went to Brazil, and there I knew someone that was doula, and I asked her if she knew someone that was a breastfeeding counselor,
Yeah.
and she said me she gave me a name of a colleague from her.
Mhm.
I actually still work with her at the moment because I have my, I don't know how you say that, my muscles didn't get back together.
On your stomach?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
I have a gap,
Hmm.
2 3 fingers,
Yeah.
and we are trying to get it a little bit reduced.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that in Europe. I had my third baby when we lived in Europe, and they would offer you pelvic floor therapy and abdominal therapy with a physical therapist to come and heal, the pelvic floor and the diastasis recti is what that's called in English. But when the ab muscles are separated like that,
Hmm.
that was just normal, at least in Belgium and France and some of the other countries there, that like women would just go and you don't get that in the US. That's craziness. So I love that you're utilizing some of that care too. Were they able to help you with getting the baby back to the breast as well?
Yes, but that's a girl from Brazil. She
Hmm.
helped me. She told me just put him on the breast and look what happened. And we just did it. And then I continued pumping at night to increase my breast milk, my milk supply. And I think it took me, like, it was October when I went to Brazil, mid
Hmm.
October. And mid December, I stopped pumping and I could breastfeed like exclusively again.
Wow. So about 2.5 months, somewhere in there. Yeah.
Yes, it took me a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of work, but also really encouraging that you were able to get it up there. Are you still pumping while you're working, or do you work from home? I can't remember what your situation is.
Uh, I work 2 to 3 days from home and 2 to 3 days from the office. So I'm pumping 2 or 3 days a week.
Yeah, and is it
But
going well? Are you able to keep up your milk supply so you can keep breastfeeding?
usually he doesn't drink the milk I give.
Stinker.
They give me milk back at the moment because we started to introduce his meals.
Oh, okay.
And at the moment, he has lunch. In the afternoon, he has a snack and he has dinner. And I don't know, he doesn't take the milk. So they give me usually 100 milliliters back. And then I make his dinner with the breast milk.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get it in there another way. So,
Yes.
oh, that's so wonderful. So, your story is so interesting because We actually have a lot of moms inside of our program that are also working with a lactation consultant for breastfeeding stuff and things like that. And I think that's a common misconception is that our program is like we are lactation consultants, like that's where our training is, but we're really pumping experts and kind of helping to find the balance between pumping in your life and fitting it in your work schedule, which it sounds like you've done beautifully. So it's actually pretty common that members of our program also have a lactation consultant to help with the hands-on breastfeeding stuff because it's not what we do. We're really focused on pumping and your work-life balance. So it's interesting to hear you kind of explain that as well. And I'm so glad you were able to find someone to help you get the baby back to the breast. And now the pump sounds like it's just supporting you to continue breastfeeding, right? Like we pump
Yes.
because we have to, or and it works well now, which is encouraging. So you can keep breastfeeding when you're with your baby. Does that sound like what your like our
Yes.
goal is too?
Yes. I usually pump 3 times a day when I'm at the office. Once when I arrive after lunch and 3 hours later. And I get 3 to 4 ounces each pump. So I think it's okay.
That's perfect. Yeah, I love it. Oh my goodness. It makes me so happy. What were some of the things that you learned about pumping in the beginning that you changed to make it better and to actually start getting milk out? Do you remember? It was a long time ago, I know, but
Yes, the flange sizes for sure.
yeah, okay.
Yes, the flange sizes. And I had really, it was really difficult to find the right sizes. I'm actually using another system on the Alisa. I am using from a brand that doesn't exist in Switzerland, the French system from
Okay.
them, and I put it on the Alisa because they don't have 15 millimeters,
Yeah. Hmm. They might
and
now,
I need.
but they haven't for a while. Yeah. Yeah.
I think they only have 17 because I bought the inserts from them, and
Hmm.
actually I don't like the inserts.
Yeah. The Ardo Alyssa setup is pretty different than more of the standard stuff we see, especially in the US. Their initial size of their flange is bigger, so you have to use their inserts. It's odd. So what you're describing
Yes,
sounds right. Yeah. It's a great pump, but
yes, but I'm using another system with the pump, other flanges. Yes, and it works perfectly. Yes, it works.
that's
Just works. Also, the amount I should pump,
mm,
like the amount of breast milk that I should expect during the day, the fluctuation, everything there, that was very important. The time difference between the pumps, because I was told I should pump every 2 hours
mm,
at the beginning, and now I don't pump every 2 hours. I pump every 3 to 4 hours.
yeah, because you kind of learned what your body responds to and what you're able to tolerate.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes, I started. When I went to work, I started pumping, and I tried like every 3 hours, and it worked. So I continued with every three to
Great.
four hours.
I love it when we can fit it into your life better. I hate just like general rules. Like pump every 2 hours is one that I hear really commonly, or pump for 30 minutes, or this or that. Like, there's just so many rules that you hear out there, and I hate it. I'm like, let's figure out what works for you, and then how do we do as little work as possible while we still hit our goals? Because that's what we can make work
Yes,
long term, right?
on one of our calls, one girl that was there, she told that she would pump, I think, 15 minutes. She would do a short break, and she would pump 15 minutes again. And I tried that instead of pumping 20 minutes,
Hmm.
and I get more milk than before. So that's something else I improved because of you. I tried that. I tried to pump less time and 2 times. And I don't know why, but I get more milk if I make a break.
Yeah. Hmm. We see that sometimes.
And I only do like 5, 10 minutes break. I continue working. I don't dress. I just work
Hmm.
undressed, and I pump again, and I get more milk.
Yeah, and one of my favorite things is those weekly calls that we do. Even if you don't join and come with a question, a lot of people like to watch the replays of them too. but you can kind of hear and see what other moms are doing. And I feel like it almost always sparks ideas for other members because you're all doing the same thing, you know? So something like that that maybe you hadn't thought of, or maybe even that I wouldn't have thought to recommend, you know, because things were going generally well. And you're like, ooh, I'm going to try that. She's a working mom too. She's doing exactly what I'm doing. Maybe
Hmm.
that will work for me. And so I love that you kind of have taken some other stuff from members of the group and applied them to you and kind of explored and learned on your own. That's my favorite when I hear that you know enough, like with that baseline, to be able to kind of experiment and know what you're doing and not just doing random things always and being like, I don't know what's working. This doesn't make sense. I feel like you have a really good understanding of pumping and your own body and kind of what you need to do to make it work. That makes me really happy.
Yes, I think that was the best investment because I learned how to pump. And the second best investment was like this Brazilian consultant that
Mm,
helped me a lot.
yeah. I'm so happy for you that you were able to get baby back to the breast because I know that's what you really wanted. And then as a working mom, we have to pump if we want to continue that relationship too, right? So it's multifaceted. You have both of these things that have to be working well, or one is going to stop working. You know, they affect each other. So that's beautiful for you. So, what are your goals moving forward? Your little guy is 10 months old. How long do you think you want to keep doing this? Does it feel sustainable for you?
We get in Switzerland we get 1.5 hour a day to pump at work.
Okay.
So pays time. But that's only until your son is like your child is 1 year old.
Oh, okay.
So when he's 1 year old, I have to revisit how I pump. I know I have the LV as well, but I need yes. You told me like the LV usually you don't get as much milk as you get with the other pumps.
Sometimes that happens with wearable pumps. Yeah. But
Yes.
we can usually figure out how to get close if we can, you know, understand how they play together, how they're similar, different. You go from there.
Yes, I know I need to look at that because
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
I'm going to pump on my way to work because I drive there. I
Mm-hmm.
have 50 minutes,
Okay.
so I could pump during the drive.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and then probably on my lunch break
Yeah.
and on my way home again. I think probably my milk supply will decrease a little bit, but probably it would be okay because he's not taking the milk I'm sending. He's not drinking everything I'm sending.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope it will work. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
that'll be great. And this is honestly one of my favorite things about the when we get moms into our program is that we get to work together long term. So I remember working with you pretty heavily in the beginning, figuring out pumping and getting flange sizing working and getting it more efficient. And then it was a while before I heard from you again. You were working on getting baby back to the breast with a hands-on lactation consultant, which was lovely. And then now, as we kind of approach that year mark and things change, I love that you can come back and get more help because life is different now. Your needs now are different than they were when, you know, 3 months postpartum when you joined us. And I love that I get to be there and help you with that. And that you just know where to go. You know, you have someone in your pocket. We don't have to make another appointment. You don't have to pay another fee. Like, I'm just here and you can just come and go as you need and have kind of a pumping expert in your back pocket. I hope it's
Yes.
been helpful for you too.
Yes, I will need the help again. So
Okay, let's figure out the LV and get you, you know, transitioned at that 1 year mark, especially where your workplace, you know, you kind of lose some of the
the
freedoms that you
flexibility.
had, the flexibility, yeah, for sure.
Yes.
And you know what? This is your first baby. And so if more babies come for in your future, then we're here. And
We
I
hope
love
so.
that too. Sometimes first time moms like to just push through and do it themselves. We have a lot of second, third, fourth time moms join us because of previously difficult experiences. But I love it when first time moms have the foresight to know this is hard, I need help. And then we get to be there for a lot longer too, which is great. So good for you for being stubborn and saying, I need help and I'm going to find it. So I love that for you. Do you have any
Yeah.
advice as we kind of wrap up here for other, especially working moms? Anything that's helped you or made the biggest differences, or even just a piece of advice to motivate them to keep going or to get help if they need it?
believe that you can do it. Like, don't stop, believe it. Don't think it's too difficult. It's difficult, but don't think it's impossible. Everything is possible. Like at the beginning, I was pumping 200 milliliters a day, and at the end I was breastfeeding. And now when I go to work, I pump in 8 hours. Like I was pumping 200 to 300 milliliters in 24 hours, and now I pump 350 milliliters in 8 9 hours.
Wow. That's a
So
huge
everything
difference.
is possible.
Yeah. It really is amazing. And a lot of it was you being willing to get the help that you needed. And a lot of it was that you put in a lot of work and that you are determined to make this work and you did it. Like, I am so proud of you. I hope you're proud of yourself too. And I hope your husband is happy with your stubbornness and all the breast milk that you've been able to give your baby. It's really inspiring how hard you work to get
Yes,
where you are.
he's very happy because when I was pumping and we were giving only the bottle, not breastfeeding, our baby cried more,
Mm.
and he had more work because we had to clean the bottles. Of course, we have to clean the bottles now, but we do everything in the dishwasher, and we didn't have that many bottles that we could put them. Like
Yeah.
I have a lot of bottles to pump, but I don't have a lot of them to bottle feed. So we had to clean them, to sterilize them, and to make the formula. Now, like I sleep always with Naui. At the beginning, when we were doing only bottle feeding, he spent some times with some nights with Naui, and now sometimes I don't remember that I woke up, but he's on the other side of my bed, and apparently I breastfeed him in the night.
Yeah.
Our life is easier.
Yeah, and you get what you want. And you mentioned that he brings home sickness from the daycare pretty often too. And breastfed babies tend to be healthier and recover quicker in general. Like, can you imagine if he wasn't getting your antibodies too? Because when you're sick, you make antibodies, pass it to him. It would be so much worse, you know? So
Yes.
you're just, you're giving him so many amazing things. It's interesting to hear you say that it is less work, especially on your partner, and you get more sleep because the baby feeds at night, and I love
He
it.
gets more sleep.
He
I
does.
get more sleep.
Everybody, it's a win-win.
Baby is happier.
And formula's expensive too. I don't know what it's like there for you in Switzerland, but here in the United States, it's a pretty expensive feat to continue.
Actually, we didn't have to pay it because he has like this cow milk protein allergy.
Oh, okay.
So the insurance paid, but I think a a small box with 400 grams,
Mhm.
it's I think 30 francs, so 30 US dollars.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's very similar here in the US. $30, $40 a can is about normal. Oh, just so expensive. So thank you so much for sharing your story with us. And I hope you're as proud of yourself as I am of you because you have put in the work and the effort to figure this out and learn it. And I love that you just weren't willing to give up. And I hope other mothers are inspired too, that there's no shame in wanting this and saying, I want this and I'm going to do it. You know, even if your partner doesn't understand or your friends don't understand or your, mother or your family, if they're like, why are you doing this? It's fine to say,
Yes.
because
And
I
I
want
had a lot of I'm sorry, I had a lot of fights with my husband at
it.
the beginning.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fights because he thought I was being stubborn and we should stop that. So it is normal, but everything is great now. We are happy.
How did you like work through that? Did you just have to say, I want this, help me get what I want? This is important to me, you know?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, okay, but then he was annoyed. And then we had a fight. And
Mm-hmm.
then we talked again. And then it was okay again. And then he got annoyed. It was very difficult. Like,
I hear that a lot too from moms we talk to we do an application call, as you know, before you join. So you get on a call, you talk with a member of our team, and they ask you a lot of questions like, why do you want this? Where are you at? Where's your partner stand? And it's shocking how many mothers are crying on these calls and saying, I want this so bad. I need help. I don't understand.
I was crying.
Yeah, it's hard, and being in the thick of motherhood is makes it even harder. But you'd be shocked at how many then go to their partner and say, "Look, I need some help." It is a little investment to get this help, and they're like, "Nope, not worth it. I don't care about breast milk. We're not going to do that." And they have to come back and say, "My partner doesn't understand. They said no." And it's like, "Oh, I wish you could just communicate how bad you want this." And oh, it's just so I admire your courage and just standing up for what you want, knowing that it would make you all happier in the end, and knowing that you needed help too. It's inspiring.
Yes.
Thank you, Christiana, so much for taking the time to talk with us today. It was lovely to hear your perspective, especially, from Europe. But it's also interesting because all mothers have such similar feelings and similar experiences. No matter the uniqueness of your situations, I see the same, fears and needs and desires in you that I see in most of the other working moms. Like, this is hard no matter how you cut it, and getting that help and support can really make a difference. So thanks for being here with us today. For anyone else who's watching or listening, you can apply to get some help too in the description down below. There's also a lot of other YouTube videos on the channel to help you, troubleshoot and navigate and work through things on your own. But if you do get to that point where you want some help and long-term support, just let us know. So, all right, we'll talk soon, Christiana. Bye.
Bye.